2 years after he took over as Israel's topmost military officer, Lieutenant General Halevi has announced that he's quitting. He would step down on the 6th of March, taking responsibility for the security lapse on the 7th of October 2023, when Hamas gunmen from Gaza carried out a cross-border attack on Israel.
On the first day of the war, in the General Staff assessment of the situation, I took the responsibility loud and clear. My responsibility for the IDF's failure to protect the citizens. I did the same publicly on the 6th day of the war. The IDF's main mission is to protect the citizens of the country. We failed in that. I have carried the results of that terrible day with me ever since and will carry them with me for the rest of my life. At my duty stations in the IDF, I was taught that an operation ends when the tasks are complete. An operation ends when everyone returns. An operation ends after an investigation.
Halevi was widely expected to step down in the wake of the deadliest single day in Israel's history. He says he would complete the Israel Defense Forces inquiries into October 7 attacks and strengthen the IDF's readiness for security challenges. It's not clear who would succeed him. Despite public anger over the attack, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government has resisted calls to open a state inquiry into its own responsibility for the security breach. 1,200 Israelis were killed in the attacks and about 250 were taken hostage. Public anger is mounting.
I think the resigning of the Chief of Staff is very good. It should have happened long ago. And the next one should be the Netanyahu and the government. They should take responsibility like the army did. And quit.
Well, I'm shocked because Israel is one of its worst and hardest period we ever experienced. We're in the middle of a war. Leave aside the ceasefire, which is temporary, and the reason he was resigned, that's what I think, it's the political pressure. One cannot function under this government of Israel. So it's a bad news for us. Maybe our Prime Minister should take example from the personal responsibility that the Chief of Staff has taken. So that's the only positive thing I can think about. Just to take an example, to take responsibility, but it's not the right time to resign. We need good people to hold the army and to continue defending our borders.
A ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas is in place, which means Gazans who are desperately in need of aid are getting it. But they await an uncertain foreseeable future. Donald Trump, who took charge as US President, says he's not confident the ceasefire deal would see all three phases.
How confident are you, Mr. President, that you can keep the ceasefire in Gaza and conclude the three phases of the deal?
I'm not confident. That's not our war, it's their war, but I'm not confident. But I think they're very weakened on the other side.
Do you support the ceasefire?
Gaza, boy, I looked at a picture of Gaza. Gaza is like a massive demolition site. That place it's really got to be rebuilt in a different way.
Do you plan to help in rebuilding Gaza?
I might.
Rebuilding Gaza will be a mammoth exercise. 50 million tons of rubble need to be cleared, which could take 2 decades and cost more than $1 billion.